Imagine I gave you $10,000 today. You do the responsible thing. You put it in your bank account. Then you leave it there for 20 years. Sounds smart, right? Actually, you may have just lost money. Not because someone stole it. Not because the bank collapsed. But because your money was quietly losing value every single day. And that's exactly why some people work their entire lives and still struggle financially, while others seem to build wealth almost effortlessly. The difference isn't how hard they work. It's understanding one simple concept: investing. Today, we're going to break down exactly what investing is, how it works, and why it might be the most important financial skill you'll ever learn. Hi, I'm Ben, and this is UnBlinkd. Today, we're starting with one of the most important money concepts on earth: investing. Most people think money has one job: to sit safely in a bank account. And for emergencies, that's absolutely true. But there's a problem. Imagine a chocolate bar costs $1 today. 5 years later, that same chocolate bar costs $2. Your money didn't shrink, but what it can buy did. This is called inflation. Inflation slowly reduces the purchasing power of your money. It's like an invisible tax that affects everyone. If your money grows slower than inflation, you're actually becoming poorer over time. And that's where investing comes in. A lot of people hear the word investing and immediately think of stock traders screaming in front of giant screens. But investing is much simpler than that. Investing means using your money to buy something that has the potential to grow in value over time. Instead of your money working for you, your money starts working for itself. Think of money as an employee. Most people only have one employee: themselves. They work. They earn money. They stop working. The income stops. Investors add another employee: their money. Now money begins generating more money, even while they sleep. That's the basic idea behind investing. Let's say you have $1,000. You can keep it in a savings account, or you can invest it. Imagine you buy a tiny piece of a company. Maybe that company grows. Maybe it earns more profits. Maybe its value increases. Over time, your investment may become worth more than what you originally paid. Now imagine doing this consistently, every month, every year, for decades. This is how ordinary people slowly build wealth. Not overnight, not through luck, but through time. In a moment, I'm going to show you the biggest advantage investors have over savers. When people hear investing, they usually think about stocks. But stocks are only one type of investment. You can invest in stocks, ETFs, bonds, real estate, businesses, and even yourself. In fact, investing in your skills can sometimes generate the highest return of all. Learning a valuable skill, getting a certification, improving your education. These investments can increase your earning power for decades. The key idea is simple. An investment is something you expect to create more value in the future. One of the biggest myths is investing is gambling. They're not the same thing. Gambling relies mostly on chance. Investing relies on ownership and long-term growth. Can investments go down? Absolutely. But historically, diversified investments held over long periods have rewarded patient investors. The problem is that most people focus on what happens in one day. Successful investors focus on what happens over 10 or 20 years. Here's something most people never realize. Building wealth isn't usually about earning huge amounts of money. It's about giving your money enough time to grow. Someone who invests consistently for 20 years often ends up ahead of someone who earns more but never invests. Because eventually, growth starts generating its own growth. And that's when wealth building begins to accelerate. So what is investing? Investing is simply using today's money to create more money tomorrow. It's one of the few ways to make progress financially without constantly trading your time for income. The earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. And the biggest mistake isn't starting with too little. It's never starting at all. I'm Ben, and this is UnBlinkd. Remember, most people look at money. Few people understand how money works. See what others miss. And I'll see you in the next video.